not coming out. Okay, I was able to pull, first of all, identify and use this tool, this dentist pick I bought for $3 at Granger, which is a plumbing supply place, and I was able to pull this thing out. You can see how corroded this is. It was really, really difficult to get out, but because I knew that it would come out because the guy taught me, I was able to get it out. But the cartridge is likely very corroded and stuck in there, so I'm going to go to Lowe's and get a puller. And the guy at Granger seems to think that this is probably a Moen cartridge, but we'll find out. So I removed this by using a flathead screwdriver, just pried it off. Actually that flathead screwdriver. And then I removed this by using the same flathead screwdriver, just turning this, taking this knob off. This is pretty disgusting looking. I'll clean that up. And then this was up here. This fork pin has to be pulled out of here, and it was extremely corroded and it was quite difficult to do. But after looking at YouTube, I learned that this is what needs to come out before you remove the cartridge. And then I got a cartridge puller, which looks like that, and then screwed it into the cartridge and pulled the cartridge out. But the cartridge came apart. So now the metal sleeve that's supposed to look like this, it's broken apart. And now I've purchased a tap and die kit, this one, and what's important is that it has ½ inch. It's a ½ inch tap and die. So it comes in this clear package. This was from Lowe's. I've just started this thing. I'm gonna carefully make some threads, and then I'll make the next part. The squeaking sound, I'm told, is a good sound, because that means I'm making threads. I'm tapping. And you need to feel it moving forward, so you know that you're creating new threads. So it's going deep. I mean, this thing is going well all the way in. And it's really not that difficult to do. And now it's in as far as I can get it. Oops. So this came off, and now I need to figure out how to do that. Oh, so the next step is to just put it back on. We'll loosen this up so I can get this to go back on. And I'm gonna basically unthread it. I'm not gonna try to pull it out. That was the wrong thing to do. So I've tightened it up, and I'm basically gonna unscrew it. And now the screws are in there. So this is not a pulling device. This is just simply a threading device. And now I'm gonna unscrew this. Which is gonna take a while because I made a lot of threads. So now, look at all that crap. It's pretty disgusting. So the next step is you get a redhead wedge anchor, 5½ inches long, ½ inch diameter, and it looks like this, except actually it only comes with one nut. I bought another nut, which is, everything is a 13 thread count. Anyway, I had to buy another ½ inch nut, and I'm creating this device. Slip 3 washers on here, and now this will go in. goes into here. And these washers are basically pushing against here. So I'm gonna basically try to dig this out. I'm gonna need pliers soon, but I'm doing it by hand right now. I can feel it grabbing. I'll be shocked if I can do this by hand. Shocked. Yeah, it's okay. Now it's tight. So I'm gonna very tight. It's really pushing. Oh, something just broke loose. Something got very loose. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Something is much looser than it was before. And nothing, it's only spinning. So I'm not feeling very hopeful at this moment. I think something just got worse. Okay, so what actually happened is I managed to get this loose, but I know for a fact from watching other videos that deep in there is the rest of the cartridge. The whole cartridge is not gone. The cartridge broke in half because it's so covered in, you can see that, decay. So I've got to do this again. I'm unscrewing this, but this is broken. See? You can see that. But can't get it to focus, but this is broken. So the rest of it is still in there. So what's happening is I'm boring more into this tap and die. There's a lot of metal fragments that are collecting on there, which means there's a lot of metal filings inside of here, which means I need, once I get this all out, hopefully I will, I'll need to blast the water to squirt out all the debris. So I've screwed it in a little deeper, and I did it as tight as I could, get it as deep as I can. Now, this is the moment of truth. I'm gonna keep tightening this here. This has to pull this out. It's very tight. It's turning. I hope it's working. I feel something moving. It seems to be getting better. Yes, so it's getting, it must be coming forward because this whole bolt's coming out. So it's very tight, even though it turns very easily with the wrench. This would be better with a 1/2-inch wrench, but yeah, this feels extremely easy with the tool. Not without the tool, it's impossible. But this redhead is coming towards me. Working its way out. It's a long, because all that other stuff broke off, so there's a lot to get out. Has to travel a lot. Oh. And there it is, the final piece. There's the final piece, so that's the end of it. That's where it broke off. Let's take a peek in the hole. I mean, looks like there's some debris in there, but it doesn't look that bad. It looks a whole lot better than it was. So just clean that up. Hopefully this is the right one. It seems to be brass. Hopefully this looks like it's, where's the case? I guess this is brass. Yeah, I guess that used to be brass. But that's how it's all together. And that, because it wasn't lubricated with silicone grease, it, you know, corroded and got connected in there. So, working off of what I saw on YouTube, I'm just gonna take a little piece of metal and an old t-shirt and stick it in here. So just an old t-shirt or a rag or something, and just try to get this gunk out as much as I can. And so, you know, all the goo. So I'm just gonna do that until it's clean. And then I'm gonna go out, turn the water on, and blast water out of here for 10 seconds, or hopefully, you know. And then I'll be able to grease up the new one, and hopefully it will fit, and I'll be able to turn the water on. So I didn't think about buying a replacement, so I had to use the old one, but I just gave it a bath in WD-40, and it seems to be good enough. I expect that to work without many issues. So I really clean this out. I'm gonna go turn the water on and come back and install the new one. So I started this job in the middle of the day, but now it's like 10 o'clock. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this water on for 2 seconds, and the trick is to get it to turn back off fully. So here we go. When I do this, the water's gonna squirt all over the house. Okay, that was it. Now it'll back off. I heard a little bit. Let's see what happens inside. Well, there's a drop of water, so there's a drop of water. Drop of water? Yeah, that's a drop of water. So the water was on. There's water on the ground. So I'm assuming the water was on. Yeah, see all kinds of water on the ground. So, okay, let's install. That was the package, and these are the instructions. And the instructions are pretty useless, so the heck with that. I'm gonna cut this open, grease up all the O-rings, all the lubricant parts. I'm gonna put a bunch of lubricant in the hole, so there's plenty of lubricant, and then push it in. I did notice that I could push this in effortlessly without the lubricant, which is why people probably just do it. They don't spend a few dollars on the lubricant, but that's why this problem existed in the first place. I've learned that this lubricant is not easily cut by a normal pair of scissors, so I've got these monster scissors to do this. Let's see if I can do this. Man, that was hard. There's our lubricant. Tons of lubricant. Sure. So we'll put it in. There we go. Just see how it sticks out just a little bit, and the fork goes around that. That's what's going to hold it in, just like that. So I'm going to push this in with the slot on the top, and the fork will grab right there, and that's how it's going to happen. So here we go. Push it in. It's all lubed up. Trying to push it in somehow. Actually pushing it in with the old one. Okay, so now it's in all the way. Let's see if this will go down. I think it's in all the way. Let's show this. So we're that close. Just gonna get the pin to drop in. Anyway, this is the point. I have to massage this till the pin goes in. So the pin is in. There it is, that's the new one. I think I've done it. There's no way I could get this out without removing the pin. I understand how it works now. I'm gonna put this thing back together. So the first thing that goes on is this sleeve. So I'm gonna put this on the top here, and that the groove makes room for the pin. So it slides over the pin. Oh, there was this thing, I forgot. There's some kind of old little grommet, little pad thing, so we'll put that there. Just to put it back the way it was. There it is. And then there's holes there, and this will go on top. And then there'll be these screws, these 2 long screws. It all came apart. Maybe this light will help me. Putting the screw in the hole. So I'm trying to get it. I think it's in. All right, one's in. Let's do another one. I'm gonna go on this side. This is hard to do. I'm trying to really do the job. There, that went in faster. So now that they've started, Mr. Fast. So I'm feeling a lot of resistance on this left screw. I'm starting to think that maybe something is stuck. So I'm gonna back it out and try it again. So, okay, I was able to figure out what was snagging the screw, and it's almost in, but still a lot of turning. I would say it's about 60 turns or more. I'm feeling another snag on the screw. I don't know why. Okay, I'm making these snug. I guess there's a reason why these screws have so many threads, but they do. It's quite a job to get these off and on. Okay, so that's up. That's done. Now, put this on. There is a flat part, so I need to figure out where the flat part is. That will just determine what the direction of the hot and cold. So I see that the flat is at the top, and that's good. So we'll just put this part right at the top. Should go wrong. Put the screw in. All right. They advise that you should have something in the drain in case you drop the screw. I'm working without a net right now. I hope I don't regret that. There it is. The screw is in, the screw is tight. Put this little decorative cover on, seal, I guess. Wow, this thing moves very smoothly, it pulls out. It feels brand new. So, if I turn the water on, it should work.